Hi, my name's Haley. This is Sam.
Hi.
In this video, I'm going to be demonstrating the administration of the Brief Cognitive Rating Scale. I'm going to be the examiner, and Sam will be the patient, and I'm going to narrate scoring as I go so you can see how each axis is rated. In this video, Sam is not going to deliberately show any kind of cognitive decline or anything like that for time's sake and scoring purposes, so it's just going to be quick. Alright, so before starting, you want to have your scoring form, a pen, and then ideally, in a real scenario, you would have a family member or caregiver of the patient present, because Axis 5 relies heavily on informant report rather than patient self-report. There's no formal training required to administer this tool, but familiarity with the scoring and anchors descriptions for each axis makes scoring and administration much easier. So each axis is going to be scored independently, so try not to let one score of one axis influence another as we go along. So the first score for the first axis is concentration. So this can be done by counting backwards from 10 or by counting backwards by serial sevens. Alright, so I'm going to ask you to count backwards from 10 by ones.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Perfect. And then can you count backwards by a serial 7?
Yeah.
We're just going to do a couple of these. We're not going to keep going and going.
100, 93, 86, 79, 72.
Yeah, we're good. See? So I would give that a score of a 1, or a 1. So the scores for each axis range from 1 to 7, 1 being no deficit at all, and 7 would be severe difficulty. So that one would be a 1. She didn't have any difficulty. Some examples for difficulty with that axis would be, for level 3 would be trouble with serial sevens, or even level 6 would be the patient is counting forward instead of backward, and then level 7 is just difficulty even counting forward to 10. So axis 2, 2 and 3 is a memory demo. So it will do recent memory and then long-term memory. So recent memory, I'll ask about today's meals and then something from the news this week. Sam, what did you have for breakfast this morning?
I had peanut butter toast with some water.
Mm-hmm. And what was something you saw in the news this week, or something that happened in your life?
I got some peaches yesterday from a farm.
Oh, good. All right, so that's what we were looking for. We're looking for specific memory, and we're looking for any kind of gaps. So that lines up with a level 1. Let's see. For past memory, we're going to go back earlier in their childhood. I'll ask about childhood teachers in schools. Which elementary school did you go to?
Warrenville Elementary.
And what were some teachers that you had?
Miss Cabeza, Miss Moore, Miss McGee.
Good. All right, so that was perfect. So that was a score of a 1. This one's very specific. The more specific the answers are, the better. So if it's just a vague answer that you get, try and push for more. You can ask for follow-up questions to try and pull it out. So recalling 2 or more childhood teachers is a score of a 2. 1 teacher or a friend is a score of 3, and then so on. Like I said, more specific, the better. So axis 4 is the orientation. Orientation, I'm going to ask the date, time of the day of the week, where you are right now, stuff like that. What's the date today?
July 11th.
Yes. And then what day of the week is it?
Saturday.
Yes. And where are you right now?
The student lounge.
Yes. So that's a 1. A date error of 3 or more, that would be severe enough to go up to a level 3, so on and so on. Axis 5 is the functioning and self-care. This one's a little different from the other axes because it's scored from mainly from informant report and caregiver report and not the patient's own account. I would ask things to the caregiver like, does the patient manage their finances independently? Do they need help choosing clothing? Can they manage their hygiene? Do they need reminders for feeding? Stuff like that. And also, like the Axis 3, the more specific, the better. So ask follow-up questions. Don't just, like, if it's like very vague answers, really try and push for more because it could skew your results. And then last thing, a few pitfalls to flag is, like I said in the beginning, is not to average your axes in your head as you go. You need to make sure you score each one independent of each other. And then at the very end, you're going to average them all together. Then for Axis 5, the functioning self-care, that one is the only one. It differs from the others in that you cannot re-administer that in the same day. You have to have a several day gap in between re-administering it. All the axes 1 through 4 you can re-administer in the same day. And lastly, this tool is validated for like moderate to severe presentations. If you're evaluating someone with like very mild or subtle complaints, the anchors may cluster all at level 1 or 2, and you just like won't get a very good score. You want to have a more early detection, early intervention tool for something that's mild. Yeah. So, and then lastly, so you're going to have all of your scores, then you're going to add them up, average them. You're going to add them, divide them by 5, and that number will line up with the score on the Global Deterioration Scale, or the FAST, which is the Functional Assessment Score tool, staging tool, I think. So you're going to have, like, if you have all of your scores and you average it out to like a 4, that will equal to a 4 on the Global Deterioration Scale, and that is what will give you your result. So it's like a 4 on the GDS is like a mild cognitive dementia or an impairment. So you have to use it as a companion tool, and not really just alone, to get the best results. So yeah, that's it. All right. Bye.
Bye.